Hey, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. You've probably seen this product all over YouTube over the last maybe 6 months or so if you're somebody that's involved in the tech community, the Sony WH1000XM4s. Let me just start off by saying if you're thinking about purchasing them, do it. I recommend it. The rest of this video is going to tell you why I think that they're amazing headphones and why a lot of YouTubers, including myself, make these the daily drivers. So let's get right into it. These are the successors to the XM3s, which were popular in 2018. The XM4s came out in August of 2020, so it's been about 6 months now since these headphones have been out, and they've kind of taken YouTube by storm. I see these in everybody's videos, every YouTuber's videos, and for good reason, because they are honestly really good. So let's do this. Let's talk about some of the features that these have, and then from there I want to give you a use case. If you are this and this kind of person, then maybe you should purchase these. So let's talk about some of the details of the specs of these headphones. So first of all, the battery life. These have a 30-hour battery life if you're using the noise canceling feature. If you're turning the noise canceling off and using the headphones, they have a 38-hour battery life. So an 8-hour difference between noise canceling and non-noise canceling. 8-hour difference in the battery life, still 30 hours is phenomenal. Now, if you charge these for 10 minutes, you get a 5-hour playback or 5-hour battery life, if you will. So if you're in a rush and you need these headphones, charge them for 10 minutes really quickly. They've got USB-C, you get 5 hours of battery life. That, honestly, that's phenomenal. We're in 2020, I talk about advances to technology. That's the name of this channel, and that is a huge advance. That is a huge advancement to technology, is the fact that you can charge something for 5-10 minutes and get 5-6 hours of battery life from that. Now, these have a feature wearing detection, so that means when you put the headphones on, the headphones will realize that they're on, and then based on what you're doing, the headphones will change the audio up a little bit. So if I'm sitting down right here and I've got the headphones on, the headphones will notice that I've got them on, first of all, and then they'll also notice that I'm sitting down. Once I get up and start walking around, the headphones will notice that I'm walking around, which is really cool. I'm running, the headphones will notice I'm running, so it changes the audio based on what you're doing, based on what you're doing with the headphones on. So I think that's a cool feature. AI technology is kind of taking the world by storm, and these definitely utilize the AI technology. Now, since we're talking about AI technology, these headphones have a DCEEHX chip, I believe is what Sony calls it. So what that does is, if you've got low resolution, I don't know if I should use the word resolution. If you've got an MP3 file that doesn't sound the best, these headphones have a chip in them that will take that audio file and make it a little bit more clear so that the playback of that audio is crisp, if you will. That's kind of a way to explain it a little bit. It does it in real time. So as you're listening to the audio, the audio will be rendered and then spit back at you, if you will, in a more clear and concise form. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain it without going too into detail of what it does. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, these use artificial technology, artificial intelligence technology a lot. Now, a feature that I really liked about these was that they can connect to 2 different Bluetooth devices at the same time. So if you've got your laptop and if you've got your phone, you can connect your laptop and your phone to these headphones. I think that's really cool. Again, talking about advancements to technology, that is something that you couldn't do 2-3 years ago. That's something that you can do now. Now, I thought that would be something that we would have had back in 2015. Honestly, I've been waiting for this technology to be in phones where you can connect to multiple different Bluetooth devices at the same time, play audio at the same time on different Bluetooth devices. Obviously, that's easier said than done. It'll take a while to get that, but I'm hoping that we get that soon. The first iteration of that, if you will, is in these headphones. So that's really cool. Now, if you're walking somewhere on the street, for example, if you're at the gym and somebody comes up to talk to you, or you want to listen to what's going on around you, you can take your hand, put it over your ear. I think it's on the right ear. Put it over your ear. And once you do that, what happens is that audio gets played back to you based on what's going on around you in the surroundings. So that's really cool, because once you do that, you get an amplified version of what's going on around you. So if somebody's talking to you, like I'm talking to you like this, you wouldn't hear my voice how you're hearing it now. You would hear it much more amplified, and it's not as clear or concise, I'd say, because it does seem a little washed out, but it's a cool feature. If you're in a very loud setting, you put your hand over your ear, you'll be able to hear the person right next to you very easily. That's something that's cool if you're crossing the street, for example. You want to make sure that that there's no cars coming at you or something, obviously you could just take the headphones off. But if you don't want to do that, put your hand over your ear, you'll be able to hear your surroundings really well. Because we're talking about a mic, technically that's on the outside, but it's not really, it's on the inside. The mic on this, when you're speaking, is very clear. I've used these in many of my meetings for work. When I've got them on, I've asked a few times, hey, how is my audio? And everybody says that my audio seems pretty clear and crisp. So the mic on this is actually something that was improved compared to the XM3s, and it has done very well so far. So those are all the features. I know there's a lot more features that I didn't go over. There's a lot of videos on YouTube you can watch if you're looking for a feature-heavy video. Those are some of the main features on these headphones. Now, let me give you the use case. If you are this kind of person, you should get these. If you are a student, or if you are somebody that commutes to work, or if you're somebody that commutes to school, or commutes anywhere, public transportation, for example, if you're somebody that takes an Uber somewhere, and you want to just kind of drown out the surroundings and just get lost in your music or get lost in a podcast without having to worry about what's going on around you, these are a great headphone to have for you. And again, these have that really cool feature. You put your hand over your right ear, and then you'll be able to hear everything that's going on around you. So if you're somebody that's a student again, or somebody that commutes to work, these are for you, I think. Now, if you're an audiophile who wants to use an amp to listen to your music, you probably already know that these are not the headphones for you. These are kind of right in the middle. So for a lot of consumers, these are very high-end headphones, but if you're an audiophile, these are not high-end. These are kind of low-end for you because you want something that's like $700, $800, $900, Sennheiser, HiFi-Man, things like that. These are not for you. If you're somebody that wants to have the newest and greatest technology and you want to impress your friends, I love to do that whenever I have new technology. I like to give it to my friends to use, and I like to see their reactions. These are awesome because once somebody puts them on, the cushion is really comfortable. And the noise is awesome. The noise is, so I didn't talk about the noise because with headphones, it's hard to talk about it when you can't really listen to it as a viewer, but these have awesome sound. I've talked about bass before. A lot of companies, what they do is they make really, really heavy bass and it kind of washes away the sound. And some people think that that makes better audio, which it doesn't. These have a really, really good mixture. So they use really good bass, but you can also hear everything very clearly. And I really like that. A lot of times the bass washes away a lot of the sound. These don't do that. So I really like these. Going back to what I was saying, if you're somebody that wants to impress other people, when somebody puts these on, right away they'll be able to tell that these are different than other headphones that they've tried. These are not, I wanted to say they're not different than the Apple AirPods Max because that's kind of like the new wave these days, but I still think that these are the ones for a lot of people. These are kind of hitting every category. There's not really a category that these don't do really well in. Now, two things that I didn't really like about these. One, this is a first world problem. This is something that I shouldn't even be complaining about, but the power button on these, you have to hold it for a few seconds to turn the headphones on. To turn them off, you have to hold it again for a few seconds. I don't like the fact that I have to hold it. I also don't like the noise that it makes. It makes like this really ugly beep. I think that Sony could have done a little bit better with that. But if you're looking for something that's just kind of basic, just turn it on, turn it off, then these do well for you. But for me, I wanted to just be able to touch it, turn it on, touch it, turn it off, and really quickly. But you know, the fact that I have to stand there for like a second or two holding it to turn it off or on is a little annoying. The second thing that I didn't like, these have a feature of when you're wearing them and you are talking, these headphones will stop whatever it is that you're listening to, and you'll be able to hear everything that's around you without having to put your hand on your ear. So I'm forgetting what the name of that feature is called, but basically if I have them on and somebody talks to me and I say anything back, it'll pause the audio and it'll play back your surroundings at an amplified version. That sounds cool. That's an advancement to technology compared to headphones in the past. But it's an annoying feature in my opinion, because a lot of times what happens is if I'm listening to a podcast and I laugh, for example, at something that was said, the headphones stop playing the podcast because they think that I'm trying to speak to somebody. It's kind of annoying because now you got to wait 15 seconds for no audio to come from you. So basically you don't speak for 15 seconds and then the audio starts to play again on the headphones. So whatever you were listening to plays again. It's kind of annoying to me because 15 seconds is the least that you can do in the app. You can't do like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So you have to sit there for 15 seconds, let the headphones recognize and then play it back, or you just take out your phone and hit play again. That's kind of an annoying feature that I turned off. A lot of other people that I've seen videos on these headphones from have also turned that feature off, but maybe you might like it if you're wearing these at work and you really need to talk to people. That's another use case, but that's something that I didn't like. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight. I'm sure you've seen these headphones everywhere already, so anything that I went over is not new information, but you haven't seen a review from me. So let me know what you think about these headphones in the comments below. Let me know if you think that there are better headphones than these, which there are definitely, I think, but for a different price point. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. The next one will be on the Bose 700s. I've got mixed feelings about those headphones as well, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and on to the next video.